The 1950s were a golden age of jukebox twang, Saturday night barn dances, and stories sung straight from the heart. Middle America was falling in love with a new wave of country voices, and songs like Kaw-liga had kids humming along in living rooms across the nation.
Too stubborn to ever show a sign, because...
And by the time El Paso came around, the genre had found a cinematic new power.
Thoughts raced through my mind as I stood there. I had but one chance in that.
These are 12 country songs only those who grew up in the 1950s will never forget. Timeless tunes that shaped memories, families, and the sound of America itself. Number 12. A White Sport Coat and a Pink Carnation by Marty Robbins. This gentle heartbreak tune arrived in 1957, released on Columbia Records, and quickly climbed to number 1 on the country charts. Written by Marty Robbins himself in less than 20 minutes, it captured the sting of teenage disappointment with a clarity anyone who lived through the decade remembers.
And a pink carnation.
Robbins' smooth voice carried the story of a boy all dressed up for a school dance, only to find his date had run off with someone else. What makes this one special is the innocent sadness behind it. No bitterness, no anger, just a soft ache wrapped in a perfect melody.
You change your mind, it seems someone else will hold.
Kids in 1957 heard this spinning on jukeboxes in malt shops, their fingers tapping Formica countertops while the smell of fries and milkshakes filled the air. Today, the song stands as a snapshot of teen life in the 50s, a reminder of simple heartache and unforgettable melodies. And just wait, the next song brings a bit more dust and barroom swagger. Number 11. I'm Moving On by Hank Snow.
Rolling on. You were flying too high for my little old skies.
Released in 1950 on RCA Victor, this runaway hit spent a record-breaking 21 weeks at number 1 on the Billboard Country Chart, a feat unmatched for decades.
Mr. Fireman, won't you please listen to me, 'cause I got a pretty mama in Tennessee.
Hank Snow's rapid-fire storytelling rolled forward like a locomotive, perfectly fitting for a song about a man putting heartache behind him and riding the rails toward freedom. The behind-the-scenes twist? Snow struggled for years before this track finally put him on the map. He'd almost given up on a music career entirely. But this one explosion of success changed everything overnight.
I've warned you, baby, from time to time, but you just wouldn't listen to pay me no mind.
For many listeners, it became the sound of Saturday radio shows echoing from tabletop Philco sets. Picture a 1950s truck driver rolling down a 2-lane highway at dusk, AM radio crackling, fingers tapping the steering wheel. That's the soul of I'm Moving On.
I've warned you twice, and you can settle the price, 'cause I'm moving on.
Its legacy remains strong, covered by everyone from Ray Charles to the Rolling Stones, a testament to its unstoppable rhythm. From a song about leaving troubles behind, we move to a tune that made audiences laugh out loud. Number 10. Why by Carl Smith. In 1956, Carl Smith released Why, a lively cut on Columbia Records that hit the top of the country charts. Smith had a knack for blending smooth crooning with honky-tonk mischief, and this song captured that charm perfectly.
Love you, baby.
Kids growing up in the 50s remember how this tune jumped out of the radio. Bright, playful, impossible not to smile at. The fun trivia. Smith recorded it during a transitional moment in his life, balancing film appearances and a booming stage career.
When you put your lips to mine, got a funny feeling running up my spine.
Some say the rushed recording session added a spark that studio perfection couldn't match. Listeners back then heard this one spilling out of roadside diners and dance halls, its rhythm bouncing on wooden floors as couples practiced their two-step.
Why?
It was the kind of song that made life feel light for a few minutes. And as we drift from playful energy, we arrive at something slower. A song that defined the glow of an AM radio at night. Number 9. The Cattle Call by Eddie Arnold.
The cattle are prowling, the coyotes are howling.
First recorded earlier in Arnold's career, but re-released to huge success in 1955, The Cattle Call became an anthem of the Great American West, backed by Hugo Winterhalter's orchestra.
Brown is the berry from riding the prairie, and he sings.
It blended smooth country vocals with sweeping arrangements, a sound many folks in the 1950s had never heard before. Arnold's distinctive yodeling wasn't just a gimmick. It was a tribute to his childhood spent working with cattle.
For hours he would ride on the range, far and wide, with the night wind.
Listeners loved that authenticity, and the song soared across both country and pop charts. For kids in the 50s, this was the sound of Saturday morning TV westerns, backyard stick horse adventures, and dreams of wide-open plains. You can almost smell the sagebrush when that opening whistle hits. Its legacy? The Cattle Call remains one of Arnold's most recognizable hits, later inspiring covers from everyone, including LeAnn Rimes. Now let's move from the open range to a song built on fiddle fire. Number 8. A Satisfied Mind by Porter Wagoner. Released in 1955 on RCA Victor, this deep and reflective song climbed to number 1 and stayed there for 4 weeks.
Someone say, if I had
Co-written by Joe Red Hayes and Jack Rhodes, it was inspired by Hayes' mother-in-law, who often said, "A satisfied mind is a blessed thing." Wagoner brought that simple wisdom to life with heartfelt sincerity.
fortune and fame, everything that I
The twist behind the scenes. Despite its enormous success, Hayes reportedly earned surprisingly little from the song due to publishing arrangements, a common heartbreak in the country music world. Listeners in the 1950s heard this one drifting through warm kitchens on early Sunday mornings, coffee percolating as sunlight slid across the linoleum. It wasn't flashy. It was comforting, grounding, and full of truth. Its legacy runs deep.
life has ended, and my time.
Bob Dylan, Johnny Cash, and Joan Baez all covered it, proving that great simplicity stands the test of time. And that brings us to a song about a wooden figure whose story has lasted generations. Number 7. Kaw-liga by Hank Williams.
Too stubborn to ever show a sign, because
One of Hank Williams' most memorable recordings, Kaw-liga, was released in 1953 on MGM Records. Produced in the final months of his life, it tells the clever, humorous tale of a wooden Indian too shy to express his love. The single reached number 1 and stayed there for 14 weeks, one of Williams' biggest hits. The quirky trivia?
Elijah was a wooden Indian standing by the door.
Rumor has it, Hank came up with the idea after passing a cigar store Indian figure and joking about its lonely posture, yet within the humor sits a very real sense of longing. In the 1950s, families gathered around living room radios and sang along to that unforgettable "Oh, Kaw-liga," while kids giggled at the story.
She could never answer yes or no.
It was storytelling at its finest. Today, the song remains a fixture in Williams' legacy, a reminder of how he blended humor, heartbreak, and folk legend into something timeless. And now, before we hit the top half of the list, we visit the world of one of country's smoothest voices.
Oh, Elijah, he never got a kid.
If these songs are stirring up memories of long drives, family radios, and warm summer nights, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. We share classic country countdowns every week to keep the golden years alive for fans like you. Number 6, Young Love by Sonny James.
Young love, first love.
Released in 1956 on Capitol Records, Young Love soared to number 1 on both the country and pop charts. A rare crossover that cemented Sonny James as a household name.
They say for every boy and girl there's just one love in this whole world.
His velvety voice gave the song a dreamy quality, capturing the innocence of teenage romance in the 50s. Behind the scenes, James wasn't originally expected to record this track. It had been passed around several artists before landing in his lap. But once he sang the first lines, everyone in the studio knew they had something special.
Just one kiss from your sweet lips will tell me that your love is real and
Listeners remember slow dancing to it at school gyms, the creak of wooden floors under their feet, the soft glow of string lights overhead. It was the soundtrack of first crushes and gentle promises. Its legacy remains huge. The song spent 9 weeks at number 1 and became one of the defining teen anthems of the decade. Heading upward, let's visit a tune that introduced one of the most distinctive voices of the era. Number 5, He'll Have to Go by Jim Reeves.
He'll have to go.
Released near the end of the decade in 1959, this RCA Victor classic became Jim Reeves' signature hit. With its intimate, low-voice delivery and gentle rhythm, the song captured a moment of heartbreak told entirely through a telephone conversation.
Put your sweet lips a little closer to the
It climbed to number 1 on the country charts and crossed over to the top 10 on pop. The unusual trivia? Reeves had to stand unusually close to the microphone, almost whispering, to achieve the soft, resonant Nashville sound producers were experimenting with.
Whisper to me, tell me, do you love me?
In the late 50s, folks heard this drifting through radios late at night, the quiet heartbreak matching the stillness of the hour. The melody felt like a secret only you were meant to hear. Its legacy endures, covered by Elvis Presley, Brian Ferry, and countless others, marking it as one of country music's smoothest masterpieces.
Let's pretend that we're together.
Next, we step into a Western tale filled with danger and dust. Number 4, The Battle of New Orleans by Johnny Horton.
Yeah, they ran through the briars and they ran through the brambles and they ran through the bushes where a rabbit could.
Johnny Horton's 1959 smash hit revived a piece of American history with a playful twist. Released on Columbia Records, it shot to number 1 on both the country and pop charts and won the Grammy for Best Country and Western Performance.
In 1814, we took a little trip along with Colonel Jackson down.
The fun fact? The original lyrics were a bit rowdier, so Horton toned them down for radio. His version balanced humor, patriotism, and narrative flair, a recipe that delighted listeners young and old.
So high and they made the bugles ring. We stood beside our cotton bales, didn't say a thing.
Kids of the 1950s loved this one. It played in school hallways, on summer picnic speakers, and from battery-powered radios on fishing trips. Its marching rhythm and comedic storytelling made it unforgettable.
Well, then we opened up our squirrel guns and really gave them, well, we fired our guns.
The song's legacy includes countless covers, parodies, and performances, proving that a history lesson wrapped in twang can last generations. From a lively battle tale, we head to one of country music's most soulful crooners. Number 3, Hey Good Lookin' by Hank Williams.
Hey, good looking. What you got cooking?
Released in 1951 on MGM Records, Hey Good Lookin' became one of Hank Williams' most iconic and cheerful hits.
What you got cooking? How's about cooking something?
The song quickly hit number 1 and stayed there for weeks, establishing Williams not just as a master of heartbreak, but as a playful, upbeat storyteller too. The trivia? Williams wrote the song for another artist, but after seeing the crowd's reaction when he performed it live, he kept it for himself, a choice that shaped country history.
Ain't no more looking. I know I've been.
In the 50s, listeners heard this one at soda fountains and on front porches where teens strummed guitars, trying to imitate Williams' easy charm. Its rhythm made life feel simpler, brighter, and full of promise.
Buy me one for 5 or 10 cents. I'll keep it till it's covered with hay.
Today, it's one of the most covered songs in country music's catalog, proving its staying power. And now we arrive at a pure masterpiece of Western storytelling. Number 2, El Paso by Marty Robbins.
I am weary, I can't stop to rest.
Released in 1959 on Columbia Records, El Paso became a country epic the moment it hit the airwaves, running over 4.5 minutes.
Nighttime would find me in Rose's Cantina.
Long for radio at the time, it told a sweeping love and jealousy tale set in the dusty streets of Texas. Despite its length, it soared to number 1 on both country and pop charts. The interesting twist? Columbia worried the song was too long for radio, but DJs loved it and played it anyway.
I caught a good one, it looked like it could run up on its back.
The gamble paid off. Listeners in the late 50s were mesmerized. You could picture the cantina lights, the guitar strums, the tragic ride back into danger. It felt like a movie unfolding through a speaker. Its legacy is enormous.
My love is strong, it pushes me onward, down off the hill.
El Paso won a Grammy and remains one of country music's greatest Western ballads. And now, we arrive at the top spot. A song that defined the decade. Number 1, I Walk the Line by Johnny Cash.
Because you're mine, I walk the line, because you're mine.
Released in 1956 on Sun Records, I Walk the Line became Johnny Cash's breakthrough and one of the most influential songs in country music history.
I keep a close watch on this heart of mine.
It hit number 1 on the country charts and crossed over to the Pop Top 20, a rare feat for its time. The distinctive boom chicka boom rhythm came from Cash sliding a piece of paper under his guitar strings during early rehearsals, creating that steady train-like hum.
As sure as night is dark and day is light.
The song was a promise of devotion, delivered with Cash's unmistakable gravitas. In the 1950s, people heard this on porch radios at sunset, its vow of loyalty echoing across small towns and farms. It was simple, honest, unforgettable. Its legacy?
You've got a way to keep me on your side.
Endless covers, movie features, and a place in the Grammy Hall of Fame. It remains a pillar of country music, If you've enjoyed this trip back in time, don't forget to like and subscribe for more country classics every week. And there you have it. 12 country songs only those who grew up in the 1950s can truly feel in their bones. These weren't just hits, they were the soundtrack of drive-ins, barn dances, summer nights, and family radios glowing softly in the living room. Thank you for joining this journey through the melodies that shaped a generation. Don't miss our next video. 12 Forgotten One-Hit Country Wonders from 1965, where a new decade brings new voices, new stories, and unforgettable classics. Until then, keep the memories close and the music closer.